All right, I think we're somewhat okay. This is 18 by 24 inch canvas, a little bit larger than I'm usually doing. As you look down below, we got it's a craft paint morning, dark blue, light blue, emerald, or some kind of green. I think it's moss colored green, white and black. As far as I know right now, I think that's about it. I think somewhat, but we'll see as we go along. All right, hey Sonia. Once again, craft paint day. I wet the canvas with just regular water. That's it. So craft paint and water. We'll do a painting with just those these paints and some water. No glycerin, no nothing special really. Just a little bit of craft paint, a little bit of water. All right, and we're gonna pop on some yellow here. I have to start the yellow way below where intended. And it's okay if it goes way down here, doesn't matter. I just needed to kind of cover. And you can tell this is, well, maybe you can't, but it is water. Just regular thin paint, water. No more, no less. The paint will expand and whatnot with this watered down paint. Okay. All right. Let's go up top. A little bit of dark blue up here. Now when you're painting with water, you might tend to move a little brisk because obviously water will dry up on you. All right. If you need it a little darker, you're going to do a couple coats, depending on what you plan on doing. And while it's wet, the paint will blend nicely into each other. Like I say, it all depends on what you're looking for, what you're planning on doing with it. Don't try to force it. It'll just naturally kind of expand and do stuff on its own. All right. Hello, Madonna. Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. Thanks. A little bit of light blue now. Okay. And I'll work the light blue into the dark, like so. This is a my regular 1.5 inch brush. I'll blend this stuff in as we go along. Like I say, we can get a nice little blend up there, and you'll see how that goes. Once again, I'll keep repeating it. It's just craft paint and water. That is all. I'll take a large blending brush. Ugh, I got some stuff that must have caked up on here and I didn't clean it right. And very lightly. And I mean very light, because the water easily blendable with the paint when it's still wet. All right, you don't really have to force it too much, and I'm on canvas, so a little different feel than paper Okay. I don't really want to mix it in with the yellow, so, and there's a reason for that, obviously, but I don't want it turning green, of course. But we're going to put something in between this. This is an old Ross method that he used quite frequently. Okay. We'll blend all of this in. Really nice. Crisscross. That stuff is still wet in there. All right. I clean off the these guys really well. Kind of have to, you know. I will go in here and even out some of this yellow. Make sure you clean your brush off really well when you do this. And you can hear them put it in there pretty good. Okay. Just like that. I'm going to leave that in there. There's a reason for that. Once again, clean off the brush. With a brush this size, you're going to have to hand squeeze to get that stuff out of there. Get the water out. Had to get another towel. I got a number of beach towels. When I use mine all up and it's all caked with dried paint and looking kind of crazy and feeling like sandpaper, it's time to change. Another. Hey, Metal Angler, how are you? It's good to see you. It's been quite a while. The Metal Angler, he had bought an acrylic pour painting with a floral. It was one of those fancy, one of those acrylic pour paintings. I don't think it was the one with the floral, but one of the other ones. And yeah, at Kathy's art auction sometime last year. All right. Okay. With a painting this size, you use slightly larger brushes usually. Okay. But what we're going to do really is separate. Okay, this little gap here, which is really just separating the two colors. We're gonna do a little something with that. Paint's still a little damp, and we kind of mess with that a little bit. All right, the one color I don't have that I should have put on here. Let's see if I can reach it. Since it's a craft paint day, let's see if I can find it. If I can reach it anyway. I'm looking at it right there. I should be able to reach it. I don't have any. Yeah. I guess I can get away with it today. I should technically go get it, but I don't want to reach over there. So I'll use this stuff. I'm gonna mix a wee bit of purple. I'll put the red here. So the only two colors that are not craft paint really is the yellow and the red. They're way back in my cupboard. I really don't want to. I really don't want to go back there and reach and get them. Okay, let's pick a different brush to do the clouds today. I'll use the 1-inch variety. Hello Shane, hello Rosemary, how are you? Yes, the painting is a little large today. It's 18 by 24. Okay, all right, let's make a little purple. Let's go into our blue. We'll put the blue, we'll put it right here, get a little bit of red, pop it in there, kind of mix it up. Now obviously that's a little more red. Get some more blue. Yeah, that's a little bit better. Actually, that's a lot better. So we'll use this. And what we're gonna do is get a nice little separation. All right, right in here. And we're just gonna take this flat brush And we're just gonna kind of come in here and stir it around a little bit. Bring some up here. Come on down. I'll bring some down in here a little. Get some more. Craft paint and water today. I'll bring some of that way up in here a little bit. See if I can grab some more. And just kind of work it in there a little. A little different than what you guys are probably accustomed to seeing me do. A little bit. I'm gonna grab a little bit of white, and we'll kind of lighten up a few things in there. Kind of play around in there a little bit. I'll kind of lightly fade that out. Obviously, you're not gonna fade it too well into the yellow, but that's all right, as long as you kind of make it presentable. You're gonna hear a lot of kind of scratchy sounds because I'm on canvas. I just want to blur out some of the let's bring some of that down. Blur out some of the harshness of the edge. I'm just using a little tip of white. Okay. And you can kind of see how I'm going about it here. As long as the paint's a little bit damp, you can kind of get away with doing what you see me doing here. A lot of the white-ish stuff I can have down toward the bottom where the brightness is. All right, and we'll keep working at it here. Now with canvas, you can pretty much press and kind of work it fairly strong in there. See, you can always kind of, the more you rub and rub, the more it blends in. Okay, so it doesn't look as harsh, brutal. Some of the little tail ends of the paint, you can scrub them in there a little bit. Back and forth. Give it a couple of flat areas here. A little touch, just a little touch of white. Kind of pop it in there. Once again, nothing but craft paint and water. But as you can see now, you see your separation. Okay, so you wouldn't know there was a little band of white paint up in there. All right. It's a neat little trick. Once again, the afroed one would use this quite often. And as you notice, I didn't use any, no tape on the border this time, today. All right. Okay. I have a bad habit of not really, when I do paintings like this, the yellow really gets obscured. I usually it just gets dogged out. You barely see the yellow. This time I'm gonna keep it in mind to try to keep the yellow today. All right. Hey, Billy. Pretty interesting flower you did yesterday. Sometimes if I don't answer, it doesn't mean I don't look at them. I do see it. I just wanted to let you know. Okay. Once again, we're mixing with craft paint today. This is an 18 by 24 inch canvas. All right. It is a canvas. I'm mixing no glycerin or anything. It's just craft paint and water. That's it. Craft paint and water. And you can see as the water dries and the paint dries, you see the blend. There's no harsh lines or anything. Everything kind of smooths over. Okay. All right. Okay. Let's get a mountain mix going. Once again, I'll keep in mind to this time we'll kind of preserve some of this yellow. All right. Something I want to add though before we go there. Let's get a 1/2 inch brush. We'll dip into the yellow. We'll put the yellow right here. All right. We're going to do a far away mountain right up in here. And the key to it, to make it look like it's still far away, you use a little yellow. I'm going to use this a slight touch of red, very slight there. Touch of red in that. Okay. And I'm going to go in with some white, lighten it back up again. Once again, not really using any other medium. Okay. A little more white. Got to have it kind of almost bleachy looking, because it is a little darker than the yellow there, and you want it a little darker. I'm gonna get a little bit of water in here, loosen up this paint. And another thing I use the water for with acrylic paint is it dries relatively quickly. Okay. All right, we'll come in here and we'll pop in a couple hills in here. Make it a little more ragged than that. I'll just bring it downward. Get some more of it. Now kind of bring it down to here. If I feel myself try to bring it down a little further, I'll dip into a little water, put it in there, loosen up the paint. The water doesn't make it lighter or anything, you know, it will make it more transparent, but it won't make it lighter. I'm just dragging this color down a little bit more. I'm gonna add more water as I go along just to lighten it and make it kind of fade away as I'm doing this. Okay, so I'm really putting the water into the brush. Once again, just lighter shades. And I'll start to blend some of this out. It'll just blend out and blend away. A lot of wearing down of the paint. Okay. And like I said, you can hear me doing all of this. You can hear a lot of it actually. I'm going to take a slightly larger brush, still work with the water, because the water will wear away some of that paint there. just to smooth that out a little bit there. Okay. So we're kind of establishing a little distance and whatnot. Let me touch this. I did fix that in there. All right. I'm gonna show you a little something also. While I'm doing this, I'm gonna take a filbert real quick. I'm gonna go into my yellow. I'll put it right here. Get a little touch of white, just a little touch, just like that. I think this. No, a little more white there. This is not titanium white. Okay, let's go up and around this area here, and I'll just kind of scrub. I'll go this way. Scrub a little brightness in there. And what I'm going to do as I'm adding this brightness in there, I'm going to go over the mountains a little bit with it. You'll see. I'm going to just skim over the mountains with this color so it fades out that top so it won't be in focus so much. But first, let's kind of brighten up the surrounding area before I touch into that. As you can see, maybe you can see it, maybe not. I'll add a little more yellow and white. Brighten it up a little bit. You'd be surprised how much more white you would need for it to even show. Okay. Once again, I'll kind of, there we go. You should be able to see it now. And I'm using the side of the brush to gently put that in there. I'm going up into the purple of the clouds a little bit. But you can start to see the brightness now. I'll come up in here, I'll brighten some of that. I'll bring it out here a little bit. Go up a little bit. I'll just fade it into that yellow. I'll put some of it up in here. Just like that. And you can always lighten the hand pressure. Let me see. Add it in there a little bit. Now you can pretty much see that little spot of brightness there. And then I'll get a little bit, just a little bit, and I'll go into the mountain. Look, a slight bit just in the mountain. It's just fading out. You're not totally making the mountain disappear, but you're just getting rid of some of that harsh edge there. It softens that edge so it looks like the shine is that much brighter. Okay. Another reason why I use water, because once again the paint dries rather quickly. And I'm just adding a little film of white in there. Circular kind of motions there. Kind of obscure it a little bit. So you're not totally hiding all of the mountain, but you're just making, you know, there's a little bit of brightness there. Okay, just a little bit. Now you can see how painters kind of go through their brushes, because, you know, rubbing this brush against all of that texture on the canvas there kind of wears away at your brush a little bit, and it does. All right. Coming out here, I'll fade away some of that end of the mountain there. And I use a lot the side of the brush. you can control it a little bit better. All right. Okay, that's enough of that. Hey, what's going on, Ernest? Good to see you. So I'm just looking, checking things out here. Okay, let's get a nice batch of mountain color, somewhat. Now, another advantage to working with water is that, you know, and when the paint's thin like that, if you can see, it just scrapes right up. Okay, you don't necessarily have to scrape your paint away like I'm doing. It's dry, it's not gonna really affect much. Depends on what kind of color you're gonna use, but it really doesn't matter. All right, as you see, it cleans right up. All right, let's get some mountain color going here. I particularly like to use a little bit of blue and red for my mountain color. Once again, this is craft paint, so it's a kind of a different feel here. All right, very watery, very loose, as you can see. Pop a little black in there. And because it is kind of watery, it will tend to escape and move on you, but it's okay. Just makes it in pretty good. You got a nice deep mountain color. Got this weird purple black deal going on here. So it's not totally black. All right. Okay. With this craft paint, I'll use a 3/4 inch brush for this. Obviously the mountain will be a little bit closer. We're going to utilize yellow this time. I tend not to do that. A lot of that yellow tends to disappear. I'm going to try to keep it today. All right. Okay. So we'll just kind of dip it in here. Once again, no medium, just water and it's craft paint. All right. Okay. But I need a nice base. And we're working with contrast also. All right, let's I guess we'll make big purple cloud behind the mountain. Something of that sort. I'm really just shaping out the top of the mountain. I can care less what's going on down below right now. Really important is contrast. I really don't want the mountain to be too smooth. Okay, let's dip a little water into this, loosen up the paint. Okay. And we'll bring this down. Now I can add a little water. Now adding water to it, okay, it thins it up, but now you're going to get interesting little patterns and all sorts of things happening and going on. And plus adding water, it brings some of this other paint, it loosens that up and brings it downward. If I don't want it too watery, if I don't want it too transparent, I'll just end up mixing some more, which I'm going to do right now. I'm going to get back into the blue. little bit of red, pop it in there. I'll mix it just with the brush this time. Pop the black back in there. As you can see, very simple palette to get the mix you're looking for, mix you want. Okay. All right, and we'll just come back down and have some more fun. Just like that. Let's bring it in there. Drag that down. Now, it's the contrast that's really drawing your eye to the painting right now. A whole lot of contrast happening there. Okay. And what I mean by the contrast is the amount of dark mixed in with the amount of light that's happening, that's going on here. And that's what you're seeing right now. Okay. That's what you're seeing. And these mountains here are sharper than the little batch you see in the back. Okay. That little grouping you see back there. Okay. That you can like just about barely make out on purpose. That's kind of what I want. Out here on the bottom, you know, we're going to start fading stuff and making it kind of disappear back there, down there. All right. Let's bring this one at least the same level. We're going to add water to this and fade it out just using the water. Once again, a lot of people don't have the type of paint I have. Okay, so I just want to do something like this. Every once in a while I'll do something like this just to show you you can do it with craft paint. Okay, and water if you don't have glycerin. Because some people don't have, like I say, what I have. So try to make this type of painting kind of easy to achieve for everybody. All right. And I'll just keep adding water. And what the water will do is just lighten up more and more. Okay. As you can see, the water does travel around. I'll go down below here, just wet it up a little bit and just blend it out. And keep blending it out. Just add more water. It'll just fade away and it'll go away. If I want to bring it darker, I just go back up into the paint and just fade it out. Go up into the darkness and just fade it out. And pretty much just add more water. And you just keep moving around. Keep moving it around. I'm going to go to the larger brush shortly. I just wanted to move this stuff around. You can see it kind of just fades away. Just keep working at it. All right. And keep in mind, the amount of drying time that happens depends on the temperature of your room also. If you got a cooler room, it's going to take a little bit longer. You got a warmer room, it's going to be that much faster. Okay. I'll go down below, and I'll slightly go up, down below. Larger brush got more water in it. Go down below and work your way up. Down below and work your way up. Okay. Whether you want to brush upward or whatever, that's truly up to you if you want to do one of these numbers. Okay. That's really up to you. Now remember, as I'm doing this, the paint will dry and expand. All right. I'm not worried about all that yellow. Doesn't matter. This is what I'm kind of looking for, is the fade. All right. But now you see the intensity. Now, crap. I just noticed that. I must have did that brushing it across. You guys might not see it, but I see it. Have to get rid of that. See if I can make that disappear a little bit there. I must have did this. Yeah, make it go away. It's all right. It's just a little bit of paint I brushed over. I'm just using a little bit of water and just kind of rubbing those away. All right. Man, I got one here too. I didn't notice that. Just keep poking away at it there. It'll go away. I didn't notice that until I stopped. No biggie. All right. Hold on for a second, because I get a little retentive here. I gotta replace that. At least fix it there. Because it will drive me crazy because I know it's there. So hold on for a second. Let me just correct that mess. My bad. Okay, either drying. You'll never know. Okay. What I was explaining is now you see the contrast between that yellow orange, and then you see this mountain right here, which once again brings all of this stuff back. All right, the sky, all of that goes back because of the size and the darkness of this mountain. Okay, the separation of the colors, for those who popped in and didn't see it in the beginning, I did the yellow. Then after the yellow, I went to the darker blue, and then the lighter blue. There was a white stripe separating the blue and the yellow, so it didn't turn green. And then I mixed some purple real quick, popped some white in there, and you have what you pretty much looking at right here. The mountains in the back there, it's just a mixture of a little bit of red and yellow, some white. And I just put them in there and just faded it away. Added some brighter yellow white just to kind of obscure the mountain a little bit. And once again, this is not glycerin. It's already dry. Okay. A lot of this is just about dry too. See? Okay. So it's about dry. It dries fast. One of the advantages of doing stuff like that. All right. Let's play with we'll play with the mountain here. Okay, now, what the hell is going on here? All right, I'm not gonna pay attention to that right now. Okay, mountain. Doing mountains with craft paint is a little crazy because the craft paint is so watery. Okay, it's gonna be a little tough. Especially if you're going to try to do it with a palette knife. Okay, you can do it with a brush. It gives you a different look. All right. Okay, craft paint and mountain. Well, let's mix some kind of a mountain color here. Let's go with a little bit of red. We'll put the red here. I don't have much blue. We'll go with the light blue, dark blue mix. It'll turn into some kind of purple here. All right. As you can see, it does turn purple. All right. Okay. All right. Let's add a little black in there. What's going to happen is it's going to turn gray. But it's a very pleasant little purpley gray. It's gonna look like stone once I add a little white to this. Okay, a little bit of white. It's all craft paint still, and it looks like, well, a pleasant gray, a little like rock. Okay, now this stuff is extremely pliable. Very water-like. All right. Like I say, a lot of people don't have the more expensive brand of paint, so I'm going to try to make this work for those who cannot really afford $7 a tube paint. Is that Joswina? Well. Hi, how are you? It's good to see you. Been such a while. missed you painting. Okay, let's try it with the craft paint. Always fun. Craft paint, once again, is extremely thin. All right. Okay, you take your palette knife, put it right in front of the camera here. Take the palette knife, and you take it and you get a nice little swipe across like that. Very thin, especially for craft paint. Thin, thin, thin. All right. Okay, it's time to zoom in. Let's have a little fun. I just about got everything there. Just about. All right. Let's pop into focus here. All right. I'm not really at this point caring about light side and dark side, because right now you just got a blotch of dark. All right, so let's just put in some rock in here. Now, the way you hold your, I always show this countless times, but don't hold it like this. Don't hold it like this. Okay, let's angle it here, because if you do that, you tend to bend it. All right, it's just the weight of your finger. I'm exaggerating, but you tend to do one of these. You're not baking your cake. All right. So hold it like this, and you just like stir it like a car, left, right, okay, back, forth. All right, okay. Thin paint. You need it thin so it can break. If you put it on too thick, it's just gonna cake, and that's just what it's gonna look like too. All right. Okay, we'll start at a edge. All right. And once you start at the edge, you put it there. Flatten out your brush a little bit, and just let it break. Okay. Now once again, this is thin paint. Okay. You just kind of let it happen. I'll still keep going over here. And what I'm doing is I'm going this way. All right. I'll show it to you with the white pencil. What I'm doing is when I go here like this, I'm going in this direction. Okay. That's the direction I'm going in. All right, and we'll still use this gray. Now this is, once again, very thin paint. I don't want to use it too thick, because if I start using it really thick, it's gonna really paste up and look like that up top. All right, and that's not really what I'm looking for. But you are going to get that. This is why using such thin paint really doesn't work very well. But we're gonna get it to work. You just do it very thin. I'll come here, add some here, and turn it around like that. You're not trying to paint and color the whole mountain. Okay, don't do that. Now, if I start getting tired of doing this, then I'll switch up. But so first of it, I'll bring this out in front. Drag it out there. I got some. There we go. Yeah. Now, what I'm doing right now, if I did this and cover all of that, see that paint right there, because it's so thin? If I do that and then just press it against it, it does travel. All right. Let's go up here. Let's add a little something here. Have it kind of go in that way. Because the paint, once again, it provides a little challenge when the paint is that thin. But you just work at it a little longer, basically. Okay. I kind of like that, so I'll make a little plateau there. You start seeing a little difference. You start seeing things as it starts to form. All right. Okay, let's go here with this edge. Come on down. Getting some more. that little wedge right there, see that big swap of color? That's what you want to try to avoid. But I'll use that for me than against me. So when it does stuff like that, I know how to work with it. It's all right. But that tends to happen with the thinner paint, because you got to have it allow it to break. But then again, I'm also working wet on dry, because this is all dry. All right, and you're applying the paint to a dry surface. There's no medium here, no water or anything added to it. Once again, it's just wet on dry, and that's okay. Gives you a different look, different texture. All right. I'm gonna end up mixing some more color. That I can see that coming, and just, that's fine too. I'm gonna keep that over there. I'm gonna keep this here. Let's kind of play in here a little bit. We'll play in there like that. I don't think I have enough. We'll kind of come up in here. No, I don't have enough. Gotta mix some more. Okay. I ran out of blue. Not good. Hold on. Ran out of dark blue. I think that'll be, no, yeah, that'll be okay for right now. I'll just use this lighter stuff. Use a little light blue. Use a little red. Gives you a nice mauve, lighter purple, and that's okay. That's all right. It's still purple. Not gonna matter in about a second, because you just add the black and it turns in gray. As you can see. But a very pleasant gray. It's a softer version of gray than black and white mix of gray. Okay. I'll show you something here while I'm talking about it. Here's white. There's black. Equal amounts. I'm gonna show you the difference once you mix it. Okay, you should be able to tell right now the difference in color. If I scrape the rest of that stuff off. Okay, now as you can see, I think you guys can tell. I'll wipe off the other stuff. You can tell the difference in its color. Okay, I just wipe it off. Now I can get that darker to where it represents the same hue, the same tone as that gray, just add a little more black to it. And you gradually, it gets darker. Okay. You just keep adding the black to it. Now this I'll probably use for the highlights, more than likely. But you can see the difference of the two grays. All right, adding, making the purple, and then adding black, and then just black and white. You see the difference because of the purple in it. All right. Okay. So I'll get another swipe of this, and we'll continue to play along here. I'll just come out here. And keep adding all that love in there. Of course, you guys don't see it unless I raise it up a little bit. Bring that down a little further. It all depends on how much further down I want it. Okay. All right. let's go back up here. We'll use we'll add a little more black to this gray, make it deeper for the other half of the mountain. I'll just keep it kind of more of a natural rock color for the mountain. I really don't want no snow-capped mountains on the scene like this. So we'll just make it a little deeper gray. Okay. And we'll just drag it out. There. Really thin. And we're going to go on the other side of the mountain here. And you just get as close as you can to the other half of the mountain. And just start really adding that deep stuff in there. Okay. And you're taking it technically and you're going in this direction. You're going the other way, other direction with it. Now, thinner paint with a dry canvas, your paint's not going to go as far. It still break, but it's not going to go as far. You can't use really too much because then it just cakes up on you. It depends on how light your touch is. Okay, and if you're kind of new to it and your touch isn't really the lightest in the world, you're just going to get frustrated. Okay. And you will get frustrated. You'll get agitated because it's not coming out the way you really want it to come out, which is to be expected. But once again, just keep at it. Don't get too agitated. It doesn't happen for everybody, you know, in one shot. Okay, it just doesn't. Now, obviously I ran out, so I'll just use the gray that I have here with much more black for its darker side. There it is. And you just continue on to the other side. And now once again, dealing with a lot of contrast. All right, and what helps you out really is that yellow back there, which makes this mountain appear more menacing, more intimidating, more mysterious. Okay, you don't want to get rid of all that purple black at your the base of your mountain there. That you don't want to do. Okay, out here you want to, the deep shadow, you want to emphasize that deep shadow back there though. Okay, that you want to emphasize. I ran out of the darker color. I'm just grabbing a little more of that gray, mixing that black into it, because now you're thinking of really tonal values. Okay, add enough black, you can pretty much get it fairly close. Okay, one thing about canvas that usually bothers me is especially if you got that wood in the center there, sometimes even when Bob Ross here, you see that little wood. He tried to cover it best you can, but that's kind of it is a pain with that wood right there in the center. But it all depends if what kind of canvas you got. If it's the one with the wood in the center, or you got the wood that's kind of going in fours across it. Once again, it all depends on what type of board you come across, which you bought. All right, I think we're doing all right here. Once again, this is wet on dry, and so it's not going to travel like you would normally see it. So you just have to kind of work at it there to get what you're looking for. Because once you place it on there, it tends not. Of course, it's not going to travel. There's nothing to help guide it, so you're going to have to help it along its way a little bit. once again, to get the look that you're looking for. Okay, but I can play around with what you see me doing here, and you'll see in a second what I'm talking about. I'll get the dark sides on some of these, on that one side in there, because I can add a little water and kind of coax it along, and you'll see what I'm talking about in a second. Like all down here on the bottom, all around in here, I can help fade out that dark, and you'll see what I'm talking about. As long as it's a little damp, you can play with it like that. Give the illusion of it misting away. I'll bring it slightly above that window, put it up here. Let's get, I'll just use this brush, it don't matter. If you're not ready for a brush like this to do it, then you can use something else. But I'll just come here and I'll kind of, see that darkness there? See that? See what I'm doing? Now I'll kind of flip it around. We go in this direction. Okay. Come on down here a little bit, right? Because it's still wet, you can make all that disappear. Bring it up into the mountain a little bit. Bring it up here a little bit. Kind of mist it away. Okay, up to you how much of it you want to do. I'll just wipe off my brush once again and X strokes like this. I'll slow it down. Okay, and just keep fading away. Okie dokie, something like that. Okay, let's get a little more white, a little touch of white. Let's brighten up this other gray here. I don't want snow, but I do want brighter rocks. No snow, brighter gray. All right, let's go back up here. Not gonna look like snow, but it's a nice little cut there. Obviously, you know where the sunlight is, and we're just gonna I'll do it with my right hand. It's the ridge. I want to capture the ridge, just like that. Capture the ridge there. Capture the ridge here. Okay. Capture a little bit of that ridge right here, and kind of slide it on down a little bit. Right here. Bring it out and across and bring it down. A little ridge there, a little ridge here. This one kind of goes flat across like that. You can have this appear to go any way you want. It's up to you. Really, it's truly up to you how you want your mountain to look. Okay. Like I say, there's a little ridge there. And right here. Just like so. Pull it out, the paint, thin line, get a little ridge going there. It's just people talking to me. They don't know that I'm live. So sorry about that. Up here where it's kind of got a little sun going in here. Okay, I'll move it over a little bit. You guys can see what I'm doing here. It's just where it's capturing a little bit of that love out there. Okay, just a little bit. You can establish all sorts of different planes all up in here a little. I don't have to have it really super intense, super bright. I have it spill over here a little bit on that side. I don't have, like I don't want snow. It can be just, you know, bright gray rocks happening. You still see things going on in here. Okay. You pretty much see what's happening there. All right. Okay. We'll pull back a little bit here. Sorry for my palm. All right, and we'll kind of hit the focus button there, sharpen it up. And that's what the sheet's looking like so far. All right. Okay. Now, I have you guys all right, Ernest, I appreciate you stopping through. Hey, Aurora, how are you? Good to see you. What was I gonna mention here? Well, hold on, let me, I gotta answer some of these. Hold on 1 second. But while I'm answering it, if you guys got a question, you can definitely, type them in there. Somebody else said something. This back up here. All right. Got this. Okay. So we got our nice contrast of bright back here. Okay. Even what's supposed to be dark up above, you guys don't see it. It's not really that dark, but still it's brighter back here. But you got your darker mountain here, which gives you a nice balance between all of this going on. Okay. All right. I'm debating really if I should have mist happening along here. I really don't want it. But for the sake of showing you guys stuff, I guess I'll throw some in there. I don't really think it needs it, but once again, we're doing craft paint, so it is not like the stuff you normally see me use. So I guess I'll make little examples of that. I'm just scraping away the paint I don't necessarily need here. I have a waste paper basket with a plastic bag in it and the shoe rack down there. So I can scrape this stuff and just rub it right on the side of the bag, trash bag, and you know, that's that. All right, so we got somewhat of a decent surface again. Okay, obviously we just use a little bit of white and some water, because once again we're working wet on dry. Once again, this stuff is very dry. Okay, very dry. All right, we're working with craft paint. That's all. Just craft paint and water. That's it. Okay. I'll use, I'll just use my silver. I always use a silver brush when I do these. I think it's just force of habit. Sometimes I'll use a fan brush. Kind of depends. All right, a little bit of water, or a little bit of white paint. Slight touch of water there, loosen it up. All right, not totally white. It's got a little bit of whatever in it. Okay. A couple ways you can do this. Once again, this is wet on dry. You can use water with this white paint. I'm gonna show you what it's gonna look like. When you use water with white paint, it leaves a residue. Okay. So if you see all that, that's nothing but a residue, but it uses a chalky residue. All right. And what's gonna happen is it's gonna dry like that. You follow me? And so you just take it, and because it's got water all in it, all right, you can make all interesting little formations and things going on with it because of the water that's in it. Okay. And it will look really smoky. It gives you a lot more fluidity to your mist, as you can see. If you keep layering it, it gives you that really dreamy type of mist going on when you do stuff like that. Because that's just the residue of the water and the granular material of the white paint that does this. Okay, and you keep layering and layering and layering, and it gives you all that kind of dream smoke looking look. If you use just regular paint, like I'm gonna just use the tip of the brush. Okay, if you use just regular paint, look at this. One, it's thicker, and two, look what happens when you stir it in there. Now that looks like the mist you're probably accustomed to. See? And you don't need really too much, but when you're using really dry paint like this, you also got a very short window to move this stuff around before it hardens up. Okay? And you gotta be in constant movement with this stuff. If not, it will, wherever you lay that paint, that's where it's gonna stay. Once again, build up in layers. All right. Like so, because you'll get little blotches like that. I'm not really worried about the blotches because you can always kind of put it in there and join it. But it's whatever version of this that you want, that's what you do. All right. Now you can take what I just did, all right, and add a small amount of water to it. All right, it will kind of help you travel it along, like you just see me doing right now. You see. So you can mix the two if that's kind of your thing, and that's what you want. All right. Really up to you. But as you can see, you keep adding layers and layers, it just gets brighter and brighter. I'm doing this deliberately on purpose just to show you what it can do. Okay. So it's truly up to what you're looking for. And go down below. You go down below and work your way upward. All right. There's a reason for that. Also, it all depends on how far you want your mist to go up into your mountain. Okay. And going down far below, you're gonna have trees or something covering all of that anyway. So and you get to measure how much paint you want before you end up going up into your actual mountain there. Okay, if it's, like I say, if it's a little thick or if it gets a little too dry, add a little water to it. See, you can pick it back up. It'll move back around again there. And you put it to where you want it to be. Up to you. If that's the way you want to do it. If you're a little nervous about that little blotch there, then you continue the blotch, or you add more water and just move it around. I'm not really concerned about it because there's going to be stuff in front of all of that. So you're okay. You're quite all right. Once again, if you're a little nervous about it, you just add more intensity to it and just, just bring it along for the ride. There. Okay. I'll add a little bit of water. We'll travel it around like that. See, you can always re-blend it and blend it. Just add a little water to it and keep it moving. Once again, I'm not really worried about all of that because something's going to be in front of that. I'm just cleaning off my brush. And you just add more water and see, and remove it. You see that? You see that yellow down there? It keeps coming back. And like I say, you keep adding water to it and moving it around. It just keeps going back, keeps traveling. Up to you. If you don't want the yellow there, just bring it back with another batch of fog. I don't particularly want the yellow there, so I just kind of bring it back. Don't matter. Once again, I'm also adding a whole bunch of layers to this. All right. But we got to keep this thing moving. Let's go back down this way. Bring it all the way down here. All right. Now, I'm used to doing this. I'm accustomed to it. So I can make it look like that. It's okay. Remember the residual stuff. See, I can go in there and do all of this. It doesn't matter. I know what it's going to look like. Keep going with it. Or bring it downward. If you want to bring it downward, bring it downward. If you feel you have enough up here, okay, then bring it down. This is a great way to ruin your brushes, but that's to be expected. Hello, Jessica, I see you. Don't worry about that blotch. You can always wear the blotch away, wear it down. It's all right. Borrow some from here, put it over there. Pretty neat looking array of misty stuff. Okay. Let's take our big brush. Let's take some water. I'm rinsing out a lot of the water off of here. There's still plenty of water on it, but down here, I'll just take this larger brush and we'll kind of gently wear this away a little bit down here. Just soften it up a little. It's just water. Just put it in there. Stir it around. The more you blend it, the more it kind of goes away. Careful how you blend. You'll blend right back into the original color again. Just be careful. Once you start seeing things shift, okay, it's just me softening it, but you go too hard, you're gonna get that. Okay, you see it? I'm not worried about it, but that's what happens if you blend a little too strong. Okay. But you can also take a little corner of white in there if you want some of it to return. Pop it in there like that. Rub it in there, see? Just rub it in there. Just like that. Working with canvas, you got so many ways of handling certain things. Okay. because canvas is a durable thing. All right, you're not going to be wrecked much. Okay. All right. So don't worry about it. Don't worry about the little scratches. I'm just showing you as an example. All right. If you're worried about the little scratches, don't cry about it. Just kind of wipe it away. Okay. Wipe away your little scratches. I did a tutorial one day where I just like destroyed. I was painting and destroying at the same time, showing you not to panic. All right. Just relax. Don't cry about things. You don't have to call a hotline. You're going to be okay. Okay. A lot of mistakes, a lot of errors that you see happening, you can cover right over it. So I don't know why you're panicking. Don't panic. You're going to be okay. Everything will be fine. And I'm using craft paint and I'm covering up stuff. So if I'm using craft paint, those of you who got a better brand of paint, you know you can cover it up. So once again, why panic? Panic not. Here, there you go. Okay. There. All gone. All right. All gone. Okay. Now it looks like the land of the lost, but it's all right. Because you don't know what's going to be put up here in the front anyway. Okay. All right. So you still got your mountain, still got your little foggy bank thing happening back there. We can go the Ross route and add some foothills if you want, or add some little faraway trees if you want. Really up to you what you want poking up out of here. Okay. Clean off the brush here real quick. Nobody has any questions. Okay, well, I guess we'll move right along. Let's get a... Well, we'll use one of these. I'm going to bring you guys back in a bit here. Right about there is fine. Just bring it up a little bit here. Right about right here. Okay, all right. All right. Hit the focus real quick. Okay, I was speaking about the land of the lost. We're just using craft paint, and we're just using what are we using? We're using craft paint and water. That's it. That is it. That is all. Craft paint and water. Which is why you see the soupy mix down here. It's just craft paint, water, no medium, no glycerin, no nothing. Just craft paint and water. Okay. Different type of trees. I'll use this deep gray, green. All right. It should somewhat show, somewhat. We'll do it right here. What I'm doing is like your handwriting in cursive. I'm using the tip of, well, here, I'll show it to you this way. Let's put one right here. I'll make a line right here. I'll have the line go, and I'll have it disappear here. Okay. If it's not light enough, I'll make it light enough. But we're just going to come and do little squiggles. Little dot squiggles. You guys aren't going to see this too well. No, I don't think so. I think it has to be a little bit deeper for you guys to really get this. And basically, once again, I'm just doing little dot squiggles here. Just little squiggles, and then I'll just kind of make it kind of disappear in there into the fog like that. You guys don't see that. It might not be dark enough or light enough. I don't think it's light enough, really. So we'll brighten it up a little bit. I really don't want it super bright, but we'll try this. Let's see what happens with this, so you guys can kind of see it here. And it's just me kind of going from the left and right. A different type of tree. And I'm just doing little squiggles. and then they kind of disappear into the fog there. Okay, kind of mist away there. These guys are a little on a smaller, narrow side. Okay, I'll do a few. You can kind of move around pretty quickly with these. It's up to you how you want to do these. I'll put one back here and I just kind of rub it away down at the bottom, so it makes it look like it's disappearing into the fog bank somewhere. I'll put a darker one in there. You can do a series of these. They take a little time to do. They do. Up to you how you want to present these fellas. This one here is going to be a little larger. I'll kind of spread him out a little bit. Okay.
Was there somebody knocking when I was in that meeting?
I have no idea. I didn't hear it.
I swear to God, I heard somebody knocking at the door. It was earlier because I was in a meeting, though. I couldn't.
Nope, didn't know. Yeah, see if you see some footprints out there, because I couldn't tell. Any footprints?
Oh, the floor's wet out there.
All right. Nope, I don't know who may have been out there. But okay, I got that guy in the front. Okay. But you can do this and keep doing these and keep doing these. I'll probably have these guys a little darker so they can be seen maybe. Not much detail in trees like these. They're pretty much medium ground, medium stuff. All right, I'll still concentrate on putting some of these fellas up here. These are really nice for trees, for like effects and stuff like that. I just kind of rub it into the fog, make them disappear a little bit. I'm just getting a little bit of water, thin up the paint a little bit. Just helps it flow. These trees, the way you do them, or the way they can be done, you can really do these really quickly, put them close together. I'll put one way up here and just kind of fade it away. These are the type of trees you can really, as you can see, you can just put them kind of close together, put them in different areas, different vantage points, different sizes. Because they're so lean, you can pack them close together. Like I said, these make great background trees. I'll put one right here, right there in the back, have it disappear out there. Okay. The larger the brush, the larger the tree image. Up to you. You can make these darker, lighter. They do take a little bit of time to do. Once again, they're really meant for you to really pack them in there really good. I'll just kind of fade him away here. Okay. And I'm gonna go pretty much across the page with them. Once again, you can have them in different varieties, different colors. Up to you how you want to do it. You can make them straight, make them crooked. Once again, truly up to you how you want to do this variety of trees. But they do look pretty neat once you see them starting to get grouped together. I'm just adding more black to this really dull green. Okay, the paint, even though it's thin paint, if it's thick on a rigger brush like this, I'll make this one a little larger. You can come a little closer to us. Just like that. And you can have him kind of grow out a little bit more. Up to you. He's out in front a little bit. And we'll fade him in there. Okay, I'm just dipping my brush into water just to thin up that paint a little bit. But as they're darker, obviously they're gonna come out in the front more. Okay, I'll put one in between these two. He's darker. See this? As you go to the left and right side, you can kind of brush to the left and right. Keep them fairly narrow. You can almost have one run into each other. Okay, once again, just kind of rub that out down there. Okay. And you pretty much just keep it going. You can make smaller ones down here. It doesn't matter if they're light or dark when they're this small. And put them next to each other fairly close. Okay. Kind of don't matter at this point. Have some kind of taller. These guys take a little time to do. But it's a pretty cool effect though. So I'm showing them to you, but look at the effect. Look how they look in there. Okay, and look at how they look with the fog. I wasn't necessarily planning on doing all this mist, but you know, you kind of take advantage of your opportunities, I guess. And you can really work them in there, pop them in there. And these are made to be kind of, like I say, close knit next to each other. Just vary the height and distance of them, really. Okay, I kind of like this darker green gray that's happening there. Not entirely super duper green, not really black. Nice little mixture in between. So it's, you know, it's pretty neat. And you know, like I say, you can start or end them anywhere you want. Keep the centers fairly dark, and then you brush a little bit to the left, a little to the right, up to you. Up to you how you want to do it. But they're fairly narrow tree. While it's still wet, just rub it pretty good, make them disappear into the fog there. All right. Let's get a little bit of white. We'll pop it in there. Get a little bit of water, loosen it up a bit. And now we're just making lighter variations of what you just seen. So, yep. Pop a couple back here. Oh yeah. I think it would be pretty cool to get some lighter ones because we're approaching kind of the little sunlit area back there. So I'll pop a couple of little light ones in there. You can have a little snow bunny one in here. Let's pop them in there in the back there like that. And get some. Just mix some of this dark and white together and put some medium ones in there. What's this little sniglet I got in there? Get that out of there. It was an interloper. Got some medium ones. Pop a medium one in there. Just like that. And once again, get some water, press it, put them in there. Put him in there, just like that, kind of rub it in there. Paintings like this, it kind of pressures your patience level. How many of these can you do? How many of these do you want to do? Once you start seeing the effect and what it looks like, You might want to pop a crown of them in there. Who knows? You know, up to you really. How you want to do these. I want you to just pay attention to the fact that I'm using this rigger brush straight forward. All right. If you notice, I am doing these guys with the direct tip of the brush itself. Okay. I'm not going upward. I'm not going downward. I'm not going to the left or right. It's a straight shot. I twirl the brush around and just keep it moving. All right. Once again, these fellows are made to be done fairly. They make a good medium-sized tree or faraway trees. It just takes a while to do them. With a larger brush, you can still do the same thing. Okay. You can make them look a lot neater, a lot prettier. Oh yeah. Yep, because you never truly really know how tall they are because they're popping out of the mist like that. Okay. But look how many I've done already just chatting with you guys. I still gotta adjust the focus a little bit. Every time I do this, I do have to adjust the focus. You've got lighter ones, you've got darker ones in here. And if you're not really sure how straight they are, okay, then pop a line in there for a couple of them. You see, and just take your finger real quick and just, you know, put them in there. Let's go into our white. Kind of brighten things up a little bit here. Get a little touch of white water. Let's brighten it up a little bit more. Stir it around. Once again, this is a rigger brush. This is it's not a script liner. Oh, we'll get some bleached beauties in here somewhere. We'll pop a few of those in there like that. Okay, we'll pop another one in here. Just like that. Let's make him a little taller. Pop him up here like this, almost peeking over the top there, like that. All right, all right. We'll get to the other varieties of pines shortly. But you can see you can put the brighter ones in here also. It all depends on how how gray the fog looks, because this is obviously more white than the fog, which is why, quite frankly, you can see them. Now you see how gray the fog actually is when you put something brighter white on top of it. Okay. Let's see. So you never know really and truly how bright something is until you really put white on it. Okay. Case in point, watch this. This guy's just gonna stand out like a sore thumb because this is not but pure white. I'm doing this on purpose so you can see exactly what white looks like in front of what you thought was white. How your eyes fool you. There, that's white. Now look at the way it looks in front of everything else. I did it on purpose. But as you can see, that's white. Everything else is gray. Or tones of gray, shades of gray. Alright. So you never truly know, really, how bright something is until you put white right in front of it. Okay. Alright, I think I'll just do one more and then we'll start with the other fellas. And we'll kind of put him guys can definitely do trees like this. Basically, it's like you're doing cursive writing, but you're not moving very far. Okay, just like that. Okay. Yuck. Let's take a mixture of the two greens with the black. Put them in there like this. We'll just mix it together real quick. So it's just a mixture of black and some of the green and blue craft paint. Nice glob of it here. Actually, that makes an interesting looking kind of blue-green. We'll use that for later. I like that. We'll save that. I kind of like that mix. We'll just use the black. I don't need the palette knife for that. Okay, we'll use black because once again, it's more like a time thing. I'll use this medium hog's hair brush. Okay. Yeah, that one's a diva. It definitely wants to be seen. Let's move this. Let's move this over there. All right, let's kind of pop. No, I can't. It's right there. Okay, that's cool. All right. Actually, do I have this even on 4? I got it on 3. It doesn't matter right now. Okay. Let's pop some pines in there. I'm using I'll just use black. Okay, and we'll put it right here. I don't do too many of these type of trees anymore because I like the other varieties, but I'll show you. All right, I usually don't use a lot of black in my paintings, but once again, time constraints, so I'll just show you. All right, let's go. Yeah, we'll pop one. Actually, we'll probably need to pop in more than one, but we'll pop one right here. Right there, okay. All right, take the corner of the brush. Okay, corner of the brush. And you start a little touch. And as you do it, you slowly go from left to right. Okay. And as you do, I need more paint. As you do this, you'll start to see your tree pattern. Now remember, I'm doing this on much more paint. I'm doing this on dry canvas. And now with me, what I like to do is once again, keep the centers fairly dark. It's the outside of the tree that kind of holds the interest for me. Okay. And I'm on canvas, so I can be a little more heavy-handed. And it's a larger canvas. And so I also gotta straighten this tree out. It's starting to bend in the wrong direction for me. Okay. But much like that. I'm debating how far I should go with it. I guess I'll do it right about here. Or so. Yeah, right about somewhere in there. All right. This paint's quite thick. I really don't want to add no water to it. It is thickening up because it's starting to dry. I might want to make this a little. Let me check out something here. Maybe down this far. There's a reason for it. Because I don't want to bury some of the other trees. So let's pull back a little bit. Let me actually make this, well, I won't make it disappear. You guys need to see this. Let's put a slightly shorter one right here. Little crooked guy right here. He needs a little water. Believe it or not, it's actually getting too thick. Not too much water though. And this brush is a little this is a hog's hair brush, so she's kind of stiff. But I will put a crooked one here. Get that middle tightened up a little bit. Just like that. I'll put him in there like that. Okay. Get some more black paint. What's going on, Bruce? Yep. Left to right. Yep, left to right. I actually can put another one in there. I'm going to put one back there. A little shorter. We'll put him right there. And once again, the middle kind of this is a shorter fella. We'll put him back here like this. And I'll make him disappear there. Okay. But he's back there. All right. Okay. So I've got this somewhat established. All right. Let's raise this up a little bit. Of course, I put it in black. And it's fine. I'll establish somewhat some ground, I guess, in here. Okay. The ground will be in black. It's all right. It's going to be covered up with or we're going to paint over it with green and other whatever's. Something like that right now, just for right now. I'm just thinking of something here. Yeah, I'm thinking of something. Hold on. My mind's going here. I think we'll do it right around in there. So if I'm gonna do it like that, let me shorten the load here. I'm just getting a 1-inch brush. Get some black. Get a little touch of water. Loosen up this black a little bit. Once again, this is more for time than anything else. Since I already established where I want these fellows, I'll just kind of. I'm gonna kind of get some more black. These brushes take plenty of paint, so I can't be playing around with the let's put this right here. I'm gonna be using those two guys. Let's not play around with the black paint. And this is all craft paint. This is not Grumbacher paint or anything like that. Just kind of put it in there like that. All craft paint. All craft paint. Stuff you get at Walmart or whatever. There. Let's not play around with the brush. These brushes take plenty of paint. Alright. Alright. Now we'll kind of there. Put it in there like that. And these brushes take quite a load of paint. I'm not looking for grass patterns per se because I'm blocking all of it in with black. There. Go back here a little bit, add some of it there. I say it's all being blocked in. I can add really whatever I want once it's all blocked in. Those trees will not remain black. It's just me really just putting them in there. I got this little curve of white down here. This is an actual canvas, 18 by 24 canvas panel. All right. Don't know if I want that there or not. I might want to get rid of that. So we'll let that tack up. I might paint over that. All right. So I've established, and plus it kind of gives me something more to look at than just all that blank white down there on the bottom. Let's go back into our trees here. These are our medium-ish pines. Obviously, you don't want to get rid of all of your work back here. Let's make this disappear. I don't need this right now. All right, let's bring this back out. Actually, hold on. I'll make this better for everybody. There. Now you see how wide it is. Okay, that's what it looks like. Okay, all right. Okay, so let's put I don't really want to hide a little bit, that little bit of mountain range, so we'll put one. We'll put them right here, right on tip of the brush. All right. All right, don't be scared. Come down a little bit, left, right. Come down, left. Go to your left or right. I'm going right, left, but you know what I'm talking about. Okay. I'm kind of wiggling the brush here and there. Now remember, this is wet on dry. There's no medium, no glycerin, no nothing on this. Okay. Just like that. Now I can, when I come to paint these, I can go as far down or however I want for right now. Doesn't matter. Okay, when you kind of block them in with black, you really control the height a little bit later on. All right. All right. As a matter of fact, let's do one. Yeah, we'll do one right about here. And I'm gonna make him disappear in the fog back there. Make him disappear just like that. He disappears in the back there. All right, okay. No, I don't get that bad. Ironically, a lot of what happens to me happens if I talk too much. Weird, I know. Let's put this mountain further in the back, okay? Well, put them right there. Get some paint here. Oh, you guys don't see that. Let's draw back a little bit. But he's right there. And pop the focus on so you guys can actually see. All right, so he's up there somewhere. And a little touch there. A canvas especially one of this size. It's a different feel. I have not done one on canvas like this in quite some time. It's all right. Just like that. I won't make them too big to kill all those trees back there. I tend to have, once again, my centers pretty thick, because like I say, a lot of the interest goes for me. It's the guys on the outside, the bushes on the outside. I'm just coating my brush with black. My fan brush here. Just like that. And it doesn't really matter once I go into the dark how tall I want it or whatnot. It doesn't matter at this point. As you can see, my trees are pretty slender. They're kind of slender on purpose because I want to show off what's going on back here. So I don't need a tree that's angled like that. All right. It kind of defeats the purpose of why I got them there. Let's put one pretty much close right here. All right. Now, of course, you're going to cover up some of your background trees, but you're not going to cover it. You're not going to kill it. You're not going to kill everything. Because once again, you just kind of use your brain to see, all about spacing right now. Okay. This one's going to run into the other one. It's all right. It's all right if it runs into it. No biggie. No big deal. Let it run into it. Okay. But we're going to put one right. That will put them way back if I put them up here. Maybe I should keep him down here. Now, it's all about composition right at this stage. Where do I really want to put him? Because I can also frame the mountain if I put him a little taller like that. And I'm going to frame him right there. Once again, I keep my centers pretty dark. You're not gonna really see too much more of that tree once it starts getting wider. I just need them, pretty close to the peak here. Once again, it puts Mr. Mountain way back there, but you still see the action going on back here. You still see the fog. You still see the trees back here. There's another plane back here. Okay, so we're good. You're okay. All right, nothing's really too crowded. All right, we can even pass for the painting to be even just like this without adding color to it, believe it or not. But I'm not going to do that. But it could pass just like this, because even right now it's still even. You feel me? It's still balanced out. If I draw this out, you'll see this go backwards. Is that about as far as it can go? I think so. Let's see. Right about here. And focus. All right. Everything's still balanced out. This is 18 by 24. I don't really paint on this size much anymore. I should, but I don't. But now everything pretty much more or less balances out, even with all this black right in here. Okay. Everything balances out like this, and if you turn the, and like this, it's like you turn the painting upside down. It's still even with the brighter stuff, and then you got the medium, and then the darker stuff. Everything's still in balance, so nothing's looking misplaced. The composition is still there. Okay, it's like looking at a yin and yang like this, that way. Okay, So it's like looking like there, like that. Okay, if you can see it, see the lighter half and then the darker half. All right, pretty much what you're looking at right now. Okay, so everything is once again still in its balance. Even if I've painted every pine tree here in black, it will still be unbalanced. All right, okay, enough of that. Let's move on. Once again, this is all craft paint, and in the middle of the sky, if you're talking about this blue, yeah, I can tell you exactly what it is. It's called Peacock. I can show it to you. Right, straight from Walmart. It's this. Okay. And it's made by Palette. This is slightly heavier body than craft paint. More than slightly. The green I used is the same company, same brand. It's called Moss. Okay, made by the same company, Palette. Okay, and it is chalk paint. When it dries like cement. All right, the darker blue was something very familiar. It's Cobalt Blue, but it's apple barrel. Once again, made by Palette. All right. So this is a craft painting. Really, definitely. The only thing I used Grumbacher on was yellow and red because I was too lazy to go up there and get them. The purple. Oh, before I hold on, one more. I didn't use titanium white. I used white. It's also chalk paint, slightly thicker than craft paint. Good stuff though, this brand. But that's what I'm using right now. So I've made this painting using essentially craft paint. All right, and water, wet on dry. The only time I've used water as a medium was really the background for the colors up here, and then that's it. Even this purple was a mixture of that blue and the red. Then I added a little bit of white with that 1-inch brush for all the cloud stuff that's going on in here. Okay, that's it. Really. All right, let's move on with doing these trees. I'll use the actually I kind of like that green, so let's use that green. Let me wash this off. I want to use the darker, deeper green. All right. So we're gonna use this green that oh, you guys don't see this. Of course you don't. Let's put it back on this over here. Let's put it back over there. Okay. All right. Let's is it this way? No, obviously it's this way. Let's go right about here. Should be good. Okay. So we're going to use this green that I mixed before. It's got a little bit of black in it and whatever else. Appreciate it, Ruth. All right, and here we go. Don't make all of the Don't make all of your blacks disappear. Okay. I'm not really concerned about light and dark right now. And essentially I pretty much cover the outside leaf areas. Okay. I don't really mess around too much where it should be kind of solid black. I'll put a few of them in there like that, but not too much, especially if it's toward the edge of the painting, edge of the frame, to which where it is already. Now with Waverly paints, you leave them out there for a while, it does thicken up on you. Okay. And remember, I can have this as large a tree as I want. See, I can go further down, doesn't matter. Okay, where I end up with that tree, particular tree. Okay, and I'm not really worried about highlights right now. I'm just gonna paint these guys in. As the paint does dry, it does get thicker. Now I'm going on both sides for right now. We'll have him stop right about there. Okay. I'm just pulling the paint towards me on this fan. This is a hog's hair fan brush, so it can take a beat down. All right. You'll give out before this brush gives out. Yeah, I am once again going from kind of left to right. I'm really staying away from the middle of the tree. I'll pop a few in there in the middle. But essentially I'm staying away from the middle. Even though this tree's a little thinner, it's okay. I don't have to go over every dark branch either. This one here, he can come down a little bit more. Okay, just like that. Now I'm gonna take some black. I'm gonna kind of a little more than that. What am I doing there? Add a little, see? Add a little bit more in there, just like that. All right, but he can come down a little further. It's all right. Okay. I got a little blotch right there. But you know what that blotch is going to be? That blotch is going to be a bird. I don't feel like moving it. So I'm going to take a little bit of black and I'm going to give him a little beak, make him larger, and give him a tail. All right, just like that. All right, and maybe a little peak up there. All right, so that blotch has become a bird. See how easy you get rid of problems? Okay. I don't want to use this brush anymore. I'll use a smaller hog's hair brush. Just a slightly smaller one there. We'll go back into the to the green. The green is really thickening up, which isn't really too much of a bad thing. I'm gonna get a little water to loosen up this paint because it did get thick. Okay. Okay. Starting to knot up pretty good. I'm gonna keep him back there too, nice and dark. Why not? Let's go here, and we'll kind of play around with this fella here. Smaller brush, a little more control. I'm just pressing down as I do it. Turn my brush over because I still got a few more bits of paint there. You know what? Let's keep him there, right along that hill line there. This guy obviously gonna be down. Well, you're not gonna see where my hand is, so let's raise this painting up a little bit there, like that. This guy, he'll be down here somewhere. All right. All right. All right. I'm not really too concerned about light and shade right now. We're gonna get to that in a few seconds. Variance in your even though it's a pine tree, variance in the way you shape them. Okay. Once again, he's going to be further down. He's a larger tree. He's a little closer to us. So we're going to exaggerate that. Bring him down here. Yeah, we're going to kind of put him out here like that. Okay. And we'll kind of help him out a little bit as we let's darken that back. Bring some of that back. There. We'll kind of see now that it kind of brings him back. Okay. There with us back there. Give him a little gap or something right in there. All right. That's good. Okay. Let's get some more of this. Let's get a little touch of red in there. And a little dab of black. I think we added some light blue in that too. Yeah, I thought so. There we go. There go our color back again. All right. Okay. All right. And pop some color on this fella. Don't forget, this is my preference that I like the center of my trees to be kind of on the darkened side. Once again, it's just my preference. It's no steadfast rule or anything. It's just kind of what I like. All right, you don't have to. You really don't. Everybody will have their preference to what they're looking for in a tree, pine tree. I mean, you don't necessarily have to use a fan brush for a pine. Up to you, really. Well, you know, he's clouded and fog back there. Okay. You know what? Here, let's do something. Let's kind of flatten this out a little bit. He's a little different. We'll lighten. We'll give him a little bit of love here. Just like that. Don't worry. The bird will be saved. He'll still be there. There. Bird's still there. He's still there. He's still a glob, but he's still there. All right. Let's go back to this brush. Let's go back to a whole lot of green here. Yep, that is my phone. Let's see who this is. Hello. Hello.
Hi, good afternoon. This is John with Human Arc Health Sensory Solutions Company. May I speak to Anthony Gray?
Who is this?
My name is Joan. I'm calling with Human Arc on behalf of Fidelis Care.
Yes, how can I help you?
being recorded on the line for quality assurance purposes, and I'll be happy to go into further detail with you today.
I believe you guys would send one, yes.
Yeah, they were pretty fun.
Okay, guys, I got to take this call. Hold on. right. My goodness. You know, when I get calls like that, I don't mind the calls, but this is why I do this late at night. But I don't even know how many of you guys are even still here. But still, the reason why there's a large gap in time, because I'm not going to edit the video. My insurance called me, and they wanted to patch me in with somebody else. I'm like, okay, cool. Then they told me the interview process will take over an hour, and then I blew up because they didn't tell you. They don't tell you. I wasn't annoyed at the woman talking, because she didn't know. But you know, boy, oh boy, yeah. So I flipped out. Not necessarily at the lady on the phone, but at the insurance people that patched me in, because I didn't know the interview process would be that long. That's extremely inconvenient right now. And plus with the information they need, I'm like, are you serious? So, but anyway, that's why. So like I said, I don't know how many people are still here. But you know, as far as my mic being muted or whatever, if nothing, it ain't that serious. It isn't. You know, I'm not trading secrets to the government or anything. So anyway, I'm real close to finishing this painting. Yes, it is. That was not a surprise I was looking for. Really. I'm not angry. I'm slightly irritated because I did not know that surprise. I didn't know it was going to take that long because they do everything online or whatever. With the phone call, I'm like, nope, call me back at 3. And she better call at 3 too, because I'll be waiting. I'll be expecting it. So, but we're gonna get going with this here. Stuff like that throws me off, and it makes me kind of neurotic. But let's see if we can adjust the focus here. You guys can see this. We're pretty close to finish. Once again, I'll repeat it. This is 18 by 24 canvas. All right. Made with craft paint and water. No medium, no special tricks or anything like that. It is just medium. It's dry now. All right, she is dry. I don't know how long it's been since I pretty much painted on regular canvas, which is kind of sad. But the reason why I don't paint on canvas is because if I don't get rid of them, I don't sell them. I really don't have the space to store all these paintings. So if I do them on watercolor paper, and I do them on either canvas panel, or I'll do it on canvas board, or foam board and watercolor paper. That's the only reason why, because they're thinner, lighter, smaller. I can pack them away. But then I paint so frequently, they still pile up. So, you know. Well, I appreciate you guys still being here. Bruce, Shane, Aurora, and Jessica. But you know, if you're gone from the board a little too long, I can understand people wanting to split. That's no biggie. I can understand that, really. So, but all right. Okay, here's my brush, and of course the brush is probably dried paint now. Yeah, it's pretty dry. Let me re-wet this, because once again, I didn't think I would be, there that long. I think yeah, I gotta redo it. It dried on the bristles, of course. Some mild inconvenience, but oh well, it's all right. These things happen. This brush is kind of long in the tooth. I've had it for a while, so I'm actually surprised it's still hanging in there, really. All right, let's get some more green. if I can crank some green out. I got a little bit of blue in it because I don't think I have enough yellow. So I really don't want this color. I'll deepen it with a little bit of black. It'll kill the color a little bit because I don't want it too bright. So I'll just use some black, tone it down a little. This brush is a little long in the tooth. I think I should have used another. I got a couple of these, so I should have used another one besides this one, because you see how this one's all battered. I don't think this is gonna make a good foliage brush, no matter what I do to it. I think it's kind of history now. Let's see. Yeah, I don't think this is gonna do well at all for what I want it to do, but we'll see. We'll give it a try. Yeah, it'll do. It'll work. It'll work. It'll work. I'll just kind of tap it in there. I don't want like really super duper pitch black down there, so I'll cover most of this. And you guys see the annoying little wood line that happens. It does happen. It does happen. So I'll probably end up putting a little patch of pretty stuff around there, something like to kind of get rid of that wood line. And that little piece of black back there, we're gonna cover that up. We don't need that. All right, so we'll kind of cover it like that. This brush here, I might have to use for something else. I'm gonna put some tape around it and not use this as much. I might have to order another one. Yeah, well, maybe I'll use it for something else. This one here, I might have to, because I think too much paint got into the furrow from way back when. So I think this poor fella has seen his last days, I believe. This poor guy. So let's put him over here to the side. I think I got another one hanging around somewhere over here. I still want to stick with that brush, so bear with me 1 second. I believe I got another one hidden here. Okay, let's look. Let me look. Nope, that's not it either. Where is it? Crap, I have to go inside of my, I don't want to go inside there to get it. I have to go inside of my I don't want to do that. I'll just use the round brush. The round brush is about 1 inch wide, so we'll use that one. I don't have enough paint, so we're gonna have to improvise. It isn't enough craft paint, so I'm gonna have to use a little bit of yellow, the Grumbacher yellow here, and some black. We'll mix that in just for the grass pattern, and if I want to add anything else. So before I do that, let us get rid of that. Let's get rid of this. Now this paint, it's been sitting for a while. It's got thickened up pretty good. We're gonna get rid of this. We'll make this go away. Okay, we'll kind of deal with it like that for right now. Okay, just like that. We'll kind of get rid of that. We'll kind of add that in back there. I don't have to really do too much with any of this in here. Not really. I gotta answer my buddy here. Hey, what's going on, boss? I'm still at it. I had a phone call that interrupted the whole show, but I'm about to finish the painting. Probably in about 20 minutes or less. Yeah, he probably still thinks I finished. I would have been, but well, you know, things happen. Okay, so I'm just cleaning off my flat brush here real good. I'm still irritated with that call, but you know, it happens. Okay, I'm using a different brush, one that I really don't truly use for grass or anything like that, but you know, like I say, things happen. Okay, so I'm getting another batch of greens, a little darker batch. I'm gonna add a little bit of white to it, just a little bit, just to brighten it up a little. Okay, not really a brush for grass, but you know, I think people are familiar with this monster here. All right, and we're just gonna kind of get some nice, interesting little patches of grass in there. And let's see how we can kind of so we'll keep it at this hilly little pattern there. I don't want to kill off everything of the previous stuff, and I won't. Be kind of cute with it here. Not necessarily highlights per se, because it's not super gaudy bright. Okay, but we're gonna keep playing with it, and we'll add what we need to add to this. Up in here a little bit, around in the corner, like so. I kind of want that on the edge a little more, so I'll kind of eke it out there like that. Some of the patchy stuff, we can get rid of that. Spread that out a little bit, like that. All right, here, let's take a little bit of black, a little more black. We'll mix it in with the green here. We'll add some shadows to the trees here, like this. Kind of pop them in there. Just like that. It's easy to put the backlit stuff in there, like so. Get a little more black, mix it in there with that green, and we'll kind of put it back there like that. I can get this a little darker, just press a little bit more, just like that. Get some more black. Still mixes in with that green a little bit. Pop in some of that in there. And these two guys back here, pop them in there, just like that. It needs to be a little darker there. So I'm just adding a little more black. I'm gonna pop that right in there like that. Everything's about contrast. Now you see, because you need that strong dark, but now you see the contrast. Okay. Because you know you got your brightness here, it's hitting the trees, and then you got your shadows back there. All right, so everything has that little, hey, Rob, how you doing? Good to see you. Our Hearts with Arts. Hello, how are you? Good to see you. Arabella. Beautiful name. Nice name, Arabella. From the Netherlands. Welcome. Welcome. I have another wonderful artist friend called Swina from the Netherlands. Amazing artist she is. Okay, so with our freshly newly made green grass, and we got our shadows from our pines in here. I didn't even highlight them yet. And I'll probably throw a few yellow greenish highlights in there for the grass. We'll take a little bit of red. I won't add anything to the red. Just a little bit, just a little, okay? And we'll throw in some cute little, now be careful when you add your reds, because reds are little firebrands, okay? And we'll kind of pop a few things here and there in the grass. Pop some in the shadow there, put some out front, okay? Pop a little bit in here. Just a few things there, just like that, and kind of put those in there like that. Okay, we'll come out here, we'll pop a few little bits of love in here. But just a few things in there. Okay. All right. Hey, Travel Dreamer. Aurora. Travel Dreamer. Hi. How are you? Say it's good to see you guys. My live chat sometimes acts up and I have to get out of it and then come back in. All right. Hold on. I looking at you guys from my tablet and my phone. All right. Okay. I don't have enough yellow, so I gotta pop some more yellow in there. Let's get some highlights going. We'll put the yellow right here. Can you? Yeah. I'll just a little dab of yellows are very more or less a weak kind of a color, so you need to strengthen it up a little bit. Usually with white. I'll put the yellow right in here and get a little touch of white. Okay. Really strengthen it up there. Now, I don't have to go overboard with this color. Okay, that's why you see me wiping off a bit on the palette. All right, we'll kind of put some of this stuff up here. I don't want it too gaudy, but usually on the tips there. Okay, we have a few kind of gathering little pockets here and there, but mainly on its edges there. And then we'll have it kind of travel out a little bit. I'll turn the brush over. We still got a little bit of love on the like that. We'll pop a few in now. Because we've got that little bands of brightness in there. Okay, it kind of shows that off a little bit, and we'll kind of pop in some of those in here up in front, just like this. Just a few little bits, have it kind of trail. All right, so the sun is like hitting that little bit of a ledge, and it kind of spills over a little. All right, okay. And once again, we'll kind of put a couple of love taps in Some comes over on the other side. It does. Some travels. All right. Some gets a little bit more than others. I don't have to, put it really all over the place. And look at your painting as you do it. Step away from it for a little bit and make sure you get, you got everything right. Now I have a 40-inch TV that I look at myself in. I can see some of your chat there, and I check things out to make sure it's all cool. So usually when I have the other camera on that shows my face, you'll see me look up at the screen a little bit. Okay. But as I do this, and as you see the concentration of bright light, but you now see it spill over into the trees. You see it spill a little bit here on the edge. It spills over a little bit. It hits the edge and it kind of spills over. All right. Okay. But you still got contrast between the black shadow that's cast from that sunlight to the original color of the grass. All that works. All that still include it still involves movement, more or less. Okay. Okie dokie then. We're gonna keep it moving right along here. Usually, now this paint's getting thick. Usually I would thin this up a bit. We're so close to finish though. Pop some back there. Pop a few bits back in there like that. Okay. You kind of throw some long grass in there if you want. It kicks up in there, back there a little bit. Up to you. You don't have to add these. See? Look at it. You pop some up in here. Go into that black a little bit. They kind of get in where they can fit in. Just like that. Just little things in there. Okay. I'll dip a little bit of water in there and loosen up this paint. A thin paint does stick to a thick paint. All right. I won't highlight all of those. I'll highlight it down below when it touches into the mountains there. Come up in here a little bit. Out there where it kind of butts into the other tree a little. And maybe a few bits in there like that. Some of it catches, some of it does not. Okay. You don't need as much as you would think. Okay. Not as much as you would think. I'm gonna turn my brush around. I got extra paint there. Do I ever put the trunk in a darker color? Sometimes, but not necessarily no. More often than not, no. Because I usually keep my middle dark. All right. The middles of my trees are pretty dark, so I don't really try to put them in a darker color because you really don't see them too well. I can use this kind of greeny gray and put a little green in there. Now this should show, if I chose to, because sometimes I don't put them in at all. I would prefer not to. Some people like them though. But like say for instance here, you guys can see it here in this little corner here. I'll pop it in there like that, and it probably get a little thicker as I bring them downward. And I'll put one in there. I mean, something of that sort. And I'll try to put them in at the tips, like way up here. I'll pop them in there. But not all the way, and not a lot of them. I tend to stray away from doing the trunks like this, but I know that people like them, and I'll put a few in, but I don't go overboard with it. Okay, but I'll throw a couple in there, but that's about really the gist of what you might get, more or less. But yeah, I don't tend to put them in there really strong. Now I'll pull back a little bit. I didn't close my screen all the way. I'll pull back a bit here. Put it right about there, maybe. All right. Hey, you guys are back in focus there. All right. So, even with the trees colored in, we still got our yin and yang thing. Still brighter, still darker. All right. You still got that that shape there. All right. You still got your far away, your mid section. Technically, this is supposed to be the foreground, whatever. And it is, really, because I didn't put anything in front of this yet. I could leave it be just like this. Okay, it will pass. It'll work, really. It would work. While I'm talking to you guys, let me put the Cardinal in there. I'll put a Cardinal in. I'll just wet the brush up, and I'll get some red paint here. And we'll put Mr. Cardinal in there. He's right here. This was a glob of paint, actually. Yes, Cardinal. It was a little glob of paint that I didn't bother to move. So the glob of paint became a bird. Is Sleestex in here? Hey, Sleestex. Good to see you, boss. Oh, let's see, what do I have here? Yeah. I'll use black for right now. Actually, let me just use gray. That might do a little bit better for me. Let's see if I got enough of it. Kind of round them out here. I'll round them out a little bit here. Hopefully I got enough. Did I even turn this mic on? Yeah, I turned it on. All right. You guys don't see too much yet, but you will. I just have to block them in a little bit. Slightly more than a Walmart eagle this time. Slightly. Larger painting, so slightly a little more improved than the Walmart eagle today. A little more improved there. All right, a little more. Let's get some red into this green. Brown it up here. All right, let's see if we can eke out some more green there. Really brown this thing up here. Okay. There we go. Get a little bit of water. I know it might be a little far away for you guys to see this. Put them around in here. Definitely an add-on here, but it's all good. might be the knocking she was talking about. Alright, let's get a little thicker and brighten that white up or brown up a little bit with that white. Okay. Once again, slightly larger than the Walmart Eagle or the Kmart variety, whatever you want to call it. All right. Put it in focus a little bit there. I think she's in focus. All right. Zombie that no, he's down in the basement actually. He's hammering something down there. That was the knock. Let's see. All right, good night, Shane. I know it's pretty late where she is. There's a Lori here. Hello, Lori. Oh, there's Lori. All right. Hey there, Lori. It's good to see you. I don't know if the Eagle's looking for the Cardinal, but pretty close. Pretty close. Okay. Actually, that can be a little bit better. All of my paint's getting kind of thickened here, but that's all good. I just did all that mixing and I just mixed green in it. Just wrecked it. Awesome. Okay. Okay. Okay, it's a little bit better. All right. I'm still debating. This is contaminated with green. Did not want that. So I'm gonna decide what I want to do there. It's contaminated with green. Crap. I don't need green fog in my life. There is no other white there that I can get a hold of. It's all contaminated with green. That sucks. Well, I think this will be the end of it. How long? Yeah, it's 3 damn hours now. Just now into 3 hours. I did not want to go this long. Yeah, that phone call threw me off. I did not like that at all. I'm still a little agitated by that. Thanks, Rob. Yeah, I'm irritated by the call. All right, I'm gonna have to just stop it here because I'm 3 hours in. I should have been gone. Oh, that lady pissed me off when she mentioned about an hour. Oh man, I flipped out. It wasn't her. There was a call beforehand. They patch you into another call. The interview process will take an hour. That was it, man. Yeah, I look like one of those Popeye cartoons, man, where the bomb goes off on the head and just like that's not good, not good. Okay, well, I guess I'll put it. Hold on. I'll get rid of as soon as I get this straight, the best I can anyway. Oh, still not doing it right. There. All right. Okay, let's get rid of this part. Make that go away. All right, there you go. Yeah, this is about as good and about as close as I can get it, really, with you guys catching everything. She's all dry, guys. Just gotta varnish it, really. Nothing but craft paint and water. That's it. There was no fancy mediums, nothing like that to add. Yeah, that's it. Craft paint and water. Okay. Just something interesting to do. It's been a while since I did the kind of Bob Ross sky, where he would do the two different colors, color on the bottom, color on the top. I just added 3, but he would do 2 different ones, and then he would put a cloud that separates the 2 colors, so you don't see the mix. You didn't see the mix here anyway because I did a band of white going through. So, and it was nothing but water. The blend that you see, it just came right from water. Okay, that was it. Then I mixed the 2 craft paints together to get the purple, then threw the white in there. The far off mountain here in the distance here, a little bit obscured by the white and yellow, so there's not really a sharp edge there, so it just brings it further back. Obviously you get a more of a crisp edge for this mountain. Okay, we put the mist in, slightly different trees back here. All right, take a little longer to do, but you see them, and they're in different tones of gray, green back there. We added the mist. I showed you different varieties of mist, but you see, you really don't see all the stuff that when I showed you the mistakes or showed you how to do certain things, you don't see all of that back there. All you just see is a blanket of mist back there. What else? Then I've shown you how to do this variety of pine trees. Okay. What else? I believe that's really it. Really? I don't think anything else. I think that's truly about it. I guess I'll take, because I don't see one. I don't necessarily have to add it, but I'm going to add it anyway. I'll give the poor eagle an eye. You don't want a blind eagle flying around in the sky, so I give him a little eye there. All right. Okay. Oh, that's really it. I guess I'll sign my name to this somewhere. I contaminated my white with a bunch of green, but it won't really matter. It's going to appear white anyway. I did not mean for this to last 3 hours at all. I wasn't counting on that surprise call, but things happen. I'm sorry that the poor lady had to suffer the brunt of my wrath over even though the call, I don't even know if it was mildly important. I mean, it was insurance and everything, but still. I think what really flipped me out is when she said an hour for the interview process, and they didn't warn you, didn't tell you. Yeah, I flipped the script immediately. I'm still agitated by that. And I know when they call you like that, they write and record everything. So if they don't call at 3 and they call back, yeah, they're gonna catch hell. I'm gonna let them have it. I don't care who's on the phone. They're gonna catch it. And I hear, keep this on your effing recording, and then I'm gonna hang up on them. Yeah, it's very irritating. Okay, you guys don't see me wipe this crud off my board, but this chalk paint is pretty thick stuff. When it dries, it does dry pretty much like it dries like cement, but it does come up just like everything else. Once you put the rubbing alcohol on the glass, it comes up, it scrapes off. No fuss, no muss. Doing it this way, you will be going through some paper towels, undoubtedly. Nature of the beast when you kind of deal with acrylic paint. You and your paper towel roll will become fast, quick friends. So, and you guys know the deal. I'll take a picture of this thing, post it on Facebook, post it on Instagram. I gotta make a thumbnail for this. I gotta come up with a title for this thing. So, but yeah, I think also is that when I come online, I gotta try to think of ways, or think of a painting to do really, and I'm running out. Maybe I should I got such a log of photos that I never get really too many. I'm so used to coming up with things out of my head that maybe I should look at some of those photos and just do my interpretation of the probably few thousand photos I have that I've never really used, but a handful of times, if that much. I don't use them, and I should. I really, really, really should. I could probably come up with a whole bunch of lessons just with that by itself. So I really should look into that, to be honest with you. Once again, I'm just cleaning off, as you can hear, I'm just cleaning off the palette. Cleaning off the palette underneath the palette, because I really did make a mess. Just drying everything off. Now that my area smells like a hospital bed. Yeah, it's annoying. Travel dreamer. No, my coffee's long since been cold. But I think, yeah, I think we're good here. I would have added a giant oak tree coming this way, but I don't think it needs it. It would have sent everything else back some. But once again, all of this completely dry. Okay. All acrylic, all water, and paint, craft paint. All right. The only colors that I had to use, my Grumbacher, was yellow and red. Everything else was all just craft paint and water, no glycerin or anything. So it can be done. For those of you who don't have glycerin or anything like that, but you can use, you can use shampoo, or not shampoo. Yes, you can use water soluble. So yeah, you can use shampoo, really, because I've got tutorials on that. But I just decided to use regular craft paint and water because the majority of people who watch a lot of this, who deal with acrylics, especially those that are brand new, they do get the cheaper brand of acrylics. And in some of my videos, I forget that some people can't get the thicker body stuff. So when they present me with issues and problems, I didn't keep in mind that maybe they're not using the heavy body paint. My technique involves using heavy body paint. But if you're using that watery stuff, yeah, putting glycerin with that watery stuff, you're going to get a soup, a mess. Yeah. So, you know, when you're instructing and everything, you know, you got to really ask questions. What type of paint are you using? Because if you're using a type of paint that it doesn't work with the glycerin too well, yeah, it's not going to work out. It's not going to work out at all. Because, you know, you got a medium that's thicker than your paint. So, yeah, you're looking for a nightmare down the road. So, yeah. All right, guys. Okay, Bruce. Well, it looks like an oil painting because this is something that Ross would usually commonly do. His sky will probably cut across at an angle a little bit more. He wouldn't be so horizontal like this. But the imagery's there of what he more or less would commonly do. He's never done trees like this, or even like these, really. Because his was a continuous zigzag pattern. But like I said, I like the way his outside edges were, but the zigzag pattern was cool for a while, until I, you know, just discovered doing other stuff. I just kept experimenting and playing around. So I pulled a Bruce and put a Cardinal in there because of that glob of paint that I must have slapped on there. The Eagle, just thrown in there just to be thrown in there. Everything, but you know, it is what it is. All right, guys, let me get up off here. I spent way too damn much time here. All right, Bruce will be coming on in a little bit, so you guys can go ahead and enjoy Bruce. All right, great to see you too, Travel Dreamer, Passion for Art, Vermont Paint and Photo, the RV DJ. There's quite a few other. Lori, Rob on the Road, Aurora, all you guys. I appreciate all of you, and thank you for sticking around. Really enjoy it. So, Shane, Revel, all of you guys, C Stacks, in his pterodactyl suit and everything. So, Rosemary, Weber, all you guys. I know there's a few other. Madonna, she comes through. My buddy EJ Walker comes through here. Bill comes through. You know, I appreciate all you guys. So, all right, guys, I'm out. Peace.